Seth, can you just start off with what you were playing through? I mean, I saw you in your little special jacket for the last 2/3 of the season.
Yeah. So about probably 15 games in, I tore my labrum and rotator cuff in my right shoulder, and just kind of dealt with it, sliding in and out a lot. So that little jacket helped, and so the last like half of the year wearing that made it pretty easy. It slid out a few times again, and then I broke my finger in the Islanders series, and that was just more annoying. You shoot it up and it gets all numb and gross and bloody, but yeah, the shoulder wasn't fun to deal with.
Is that surgery coming?
I don't think so. I'm also not a medical professional, so I don't know.
Last year when we talked to you, last day you talked about how you wanted to score more, you wanted to be one of the top scorers in the league. This year you really kind of found that scoring touch and that extra level. How do you feel your season kind of like in that regard?
Yeah, it went good. I was proud with the bounce back. I don't think I scored on a single breakaway this year, so that's something I got to address. But I think just being able to capitalize more, and it felt more natural again, being able to score. I think just coming from junior scoring and then losing it a little bit, being able to find it again and have success was really good just for my confidence and just going into next year.
Seth, knowing that this group won't be the same moving forward, you've been with most of these guys since you started your career here. Just, what have they meant to your growth? Both as a
Oh, God.
player?
Yeah, I don't even have words for it. These guys they've molded me into whatever I am right now, and really I came in here quieter, and they let me be myself. They let me be a little outrageous at times, a little loud, stupid, but they never for 1 second made me feel like I had to change myself or change who I was, and I'll forever be grateful for that, because when you come in, it's a little intimidating when you're younger and you have all these legends in the locker room, but the way they treated me from day one to now, I owe them everything. It's been the best ride.
You were quiet at some point?
Pardon?
You were quiet at some point?
I was scared of people when I first came in here, so I didn't want to step on any toes. Now I'm jumping on everyone's feet, but it's been a wicked change in personality.
Do you feel like playing in the playoffs both your seasons has given you extra experience, extra motivation, or help in getting so much better and having this year that you had this year?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think everyone wants to play in the playoffs. It's more experience and just a cool feeling. It's what everyone dreams of. So being able to have as many playoff games as I do at this age is special. But I mean, obviously we haven't done anything yet, and that's kind of the goal.
There's a couple different routes you and your agent can go. There's bridge deals, there's long-term deals. Have you put any thought into that yet about, do you want to commit to be here long-term, or do you want to kind of bet on yourself and go shorter term?
Yeah, no, not at all. I was focused on playing hockey and having fun. But yeah, that's something we're gonna have to figure out. Obviously, it's gonna be up to what they want to do with me here, and what they see fit. But yeah, I've never been in this situation before, so it's new. I'm gonna feel it out a little bit, talk to people in my circle, and hopefully be a Caniac next year. But we'll see.
What can the team think you do to get over the hump? Like everyone's talking about regular season success, you're so close. Is there anything in your mind like, hey, what if we did this? It could be the difference.
There's a few things running through my mind. I don't know. It's still so fresh. I mean, if you think about we've said the same thing. The power play in those first 3 games, you get one goal. It's a whole different series, a whole different game. So, I mean, that's kind of the easy bailout answer, but it's true. We found it later in the series, but we didn't find it quick enough to make an impact.
What does Rod getting a contract extension mean to you?
Everything. He's kind of the heart and soul of this organization. So it's great to see him. I think it was 5 years, so that's awesome for him. I know everyone's super pumped to have him back in the organization, have him around again. So it's just really good for the culture in here.
Is that a tribute to him not tying your shoes?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll call it that. I'm celebrating, his new contract. I didn't tie my shoes.
What's the, you gotta think, I mean, it's been a really fun year. What's the best prank that you pulled this year? Or maybe that was on you.
So, there wasn't a lot. I don't know. There wasn't a ton of pranks going on. I got just verbally abused most of the year. That was kind of it.
How did you play through a torn labrum and rotator cuff in your shoulder?
I like hockey. I enjoy. I want to play. So, I'll do whatever I want or whatever I need to get out there. So I didn't want to miss this opportunity with this kind of group, and it's something I was a little uncomfortable with at the start, but as you play and realize, kind of get past that mental block, it's not nothing too hard.
What was it, a hit?
Yeah, it was in Philadelphia earlier. I just kind of fell weird. Honestly, it wasn't a hit. I fell like an idiot trying to skate, and it just like the weirdest kind of sensation, and you can kind of hear it and feel it, tear, pop, and everything under the sun. Scares you a little bit because I've never been through that, but yeah, I mean, at some point it becomes a new normal, and now hopefully just with rest and a lot of rehab, I'll be good to go.
Does that give you hope for, I mean, you joked earlier in the year when we said you were approaching 30, you're like, why not 40? But I mean, does that give you hope here? I mean, if you're playing at, I don't want to put a percentage on what you were playing at, but obviously you're playing hindered, with a shoulder injury, that, there's a whole other level to reach.
I think there's a lot of levels to reach. I don't think I've really scratched much of the surface. There's so many things in my game I want to improve, I need to improve. But yeah, it's almost like that, having that little injury in the back of my mind freed me up a little bit, just because I knew if I can play through this, I'll block a shot, I'll take whatever, and I'll be okay. So I think it made me play a little more fearless, just knowing that I could play through that kind of pain and still have success.
Knowing that the contract situation of this team with so many people up, and assuming you want to be a Caniac next year, would you take a lesser value deal or less money to be able to help the team front office and stay here?
I mean, yeah, I'm open to anything. I think Pesh really hit it on the head yesterday with his words, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You said you want to continue to improve in your game. What are some of those areas you want to improve on?
Keep learning how to score. That's a big thing in this league, being able to score the puck. So just work on that side of my game, and then defensively, face-offs is a big one. That Ranger game, that last one, losing that face-off that led to that power play goal, that's something that's gonna hurt for a little bit. So I gotta work on that. But just little details in my game like that, and then right now it's just getting healthy and making sure I'm ready to go for next year.
Did you take pride, and did you see the Selke vote that you finished 8th in voting? North Carolina Hurricanes don't get a lot of maybe full national Canadian media attention. So to finish 8th, when you had also a finalist here and also Fishy and all that, did you take pride in that?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. It was cool to get a little recognition, see that. But 8th's a long way from first, and I got Jordo to jump over. So I have great role models in that aspect of the game, and guys I'm still learning a lot from.
What would you attribute your biggest, you had a huge defensive growth last season to this season. What would you attribute the biggest part of that growth?
It's weird, but probably just the care factor. I think a lot of that, everyone kind of has the ability to do it. Everyone has. It's something that you have to do in the game, but I think being able to care about it and really take pride in it, especially in situations like the penalty kill and playoff hockey, I think is something that really changed for me. And seeing that side of the game, I think Jordan did a good job at kind of bringing that out of me and showing me that you might not score every night, but making sure their top line doesn't score is just as good. So it's been fun to learn from him, and a lot of that success comes from him.
When you get this big contract, the first thing you're doing with the money, whether it's something from mom or special suit or something?
Oh, jeez, that's a long ways away, but yeah, probably just help out my family, make sure everyone's straight back home. Maybe spoil my buddies a little bit. They've been working hard. They've been in my corner for my whole life, so I got a good little group of friends that may need a vacation or something.